What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 14 of your favorite combat sports podcast, the Combat Sports Report Pod. I'm your host, Alan, with your boy Simkai up there. We're going to give you the breakdown of what happened yesterday during UFC 314. So without further ado, Simkai, let's get right into it.
Yeah, do we want to start from the top? Cause
Let's work our way up.
yeah,
Let's
let's work our
from
way
the
up. Okay,
bottom up.
so first fight was a women's bantamweight fight between Nora Cornole and Haley Cowan.
Mhm.
Cornole got the submission in the second round. It was
Nice.
very impressive. She's the number 13 ranked women's bantamweight.
Nice. Very nice. Good on her.
Yeah.
I don't got much to say on that one.
Yeah.
I think that
The
conversation
next
about it.
one you do though, Marco Tulio, Tresean Gore. Marco Tulio got the
That could have been
knockout
fight
in
of the
the
night.
second round.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody that I saw online talking about that fight was giving Tresean Gore props for like staying in the fight when for as long
Yeah.
as he did. He got pieced up, but he has grit, you know. He has
Yeah.
a lot of grit.
We'll see him again for sure. He's not done yet.
I hope so. I hope they don't cut Tresean Gore. I know he's on a bit of a skid, but you know my problem with Tresean Gore, he's not active enough. I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
he's not
injured. I
really
don't know if he's
active.
sick. I don't know what's going on. He's just not active.
Yeah.
Still like 6-2, you
Well,
know,
6-3 now.
6-3. Okay. He's got 9 fights in his professional career. This is not his UFC record. This is his professional career. You're in the
Yeah.
UFC. This is where you test yourself. Get
Yeah.
more fights.
He's got to get more
Fight
fights. He's
more.
got to
Get
get
more
out there.
money. Get more fights. Dude,
Marco Tulio, though, is a knockout machine. So,
Go Tulio's a bad man. Bad, bad man.
you know who yeah. So that was a great fight. Also, what did you think about the fight on this card? Mitch Raposo, Sue Mudaraj?
You say his name in the most disgusting way possible.
Sue Mudaraj.
Sumu Darji does not deserve.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Sumu Darji deserves better.
Okay,
I'm
Sumo.
kidding,
I'm
obviously,
sorry, Mr.
but
Sumo
I'm
Darji.
obviously kidding. But it wasn't the most entertaining fight, but I thought Sumu Darji kept bringing it to Mitroposo, and Mitroposo had very few answers. Second round, okay, first round was clearly Sumu Darji. Second round was clearly Mitroposo, I believe, unless
The
I'm.
third round, I think Sumo Darji got it.
I think so too. Because even though Mitchell Poso got a couple takedowns in that third round, he didn't do shit with them. Sumu Darji stood right back up, and that's not anything against Mitchell Poso. Sumu Darji and Team Alpha Male worked very hard, and it shows on Su's ability to stand up when taken down. And
He did it.
he got right back up as soon as his butt touched the mat. He got right back up as any good coach would want you to do, and he landed the more impactful shots. Yeah, he has the reach advantage, but it's Mitch Raposo's job to get around that. Otherwise, he's not better than Sumu Darji.
Yeah.
Plain and
Yeah,
simple.
that I thought it was a pretty interesting fight, nonetheless.
I wasn't not entertained. I was entertained, but it was not what it could have been because both guys are really good, but Mitch Raposo looked like he was kind of trying to play it safe a little bit. And I understand why, but like you got to come up with other you got to come up with more answers. Like your answer can't just be shooting a takedown, and if it fails, oh well,
Yeah, you
try to
can't
just hold on.
you can't Torres Finney it.
Yeah, like do something. Try to do
Yeah.
something.
Alan, I definitely want to get to this one though, but it was one of our locks.
Michal Oleksiejczuk,
Mikel Olejniczuk. Wow.
yo, the secret fighting nerd, the
Yeah,
undercover
he joined
fighting nerd of the
Fighting Nerd.
UFC. Yeah, Caio Barrio was in his corner, cornering him. Um, Michal Oleksiejczuk with one of the weirder knockouts I've ever seen.
It was weird, but it was good still, I think.
I agree it was good, but he hit him with like his forearm to the temple, and then Cedricus Dumas forgot kind of how to walk for a second. He kind of did like the stanky leg.
Yeah, Dumas was being a little bit of an idiot at defending.
Dude, I really don't understand his criticism and why he got so wildly upset at Mark Goddard. All right,
Yeah,
like that
literally.
part really pissed me off because Mark Goddard is standing right above you, telling you, move, Move, defend yourself, defend. How many times can he
Yeah,
yell
how
that
many
before
times? Yeah,
you
honestly.
realize, oh yeah, maybe me just taking shots?
And then he gets mad at the ref for doing his
Dude, and
job.
he's saying that like he's blocking all the shots. That's complete horseshit. That's
Yeah,
not true. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk was punching right through his guard. I,
yeah. He
I
got
don't
him.
understand this. I get it. The refs are frustrating as fuck sometimes.
Oh
As
yeah.
as
But not
fuck.
God, Mark Goddard was.
Especially if you're in there, you're trying to do work, and then the ref fucks you up. Like he messes up. I get it. It's super irritating. But in this case, it's a clear-cut scenario of like you're just sitting there, you're laying on your back, you're not trying to get up, you're not trying to hold your opponent at even to like regain like some time to think. You're just sitting there eating shots. And then the ref pulls your opponent off of you, and you're like, why'd you do that? I'm still conscious. Dude, you're not intelligently defending yourself.
Yeah, that was.
That like how you can even try to get upset at that is way beyond me, bro.
Yeah, I did not understand that at all.
Dude,
Definitely.
you're getting fucking lit up with ground and pound, and you want the ref to just let it keep happening
Oh,
until when?
listen, he wasn't. He was had a little bit of CTE kicking in, so.
Dude, I don't know what that was, bro. It was such a weird performance by Cedricus Dumas.
But Alan,
Cedricus Dumas is capable of so much more too, and it's like weird. He goes in against the he goes in against all these guys that are like his level, and then he just like forgets how to
yeah,
fight
he
a
does.
lot of the time, and I don't understand what it is. I have higher expectations for Cedricus Dumas. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Alan. But the next knockout, ooh-wee, Julian Erosa knocks out Darren Elkins in the first round, bro. That was insane. Oh my God.
You talk about this one because I'm just gonna get really
Yeah, Julian Erosa and Darren Elkins, two veterans of the game, went at it, and Julian Erosa just knocks him out.
dude. He landed that up kick in the first minute. And like the commentary team was saying, he never like Elkins never recovered from taking that up kick
Yeah,
in the first minute. I'm I think Elkins should probably consider hanging it up.
yeah,
Like more than likely he is probably done.
yeah. I think
And I
he's.
don't say this to be a dick. He can do whatever he wants. It's his life, it's his health, but he's not getting faster, he's not getting more powerful. His power is like fading. His technique looks like it's fading. I don't even know how that happens really. Like his jiu-jitsu looks worse now than it did before. Uh, I'm just look, bro. Can you name one fight in the featherweight division right now that Darren Elkins wins?
Not really, man.
Like anyone in the featherweight division. And I'm not saying this to try to be a piece of shit or
No, I really
shit
don't
on
know, to
Elkins,
be
but
honest.
he's like up there in age and he's getting really hurt by these young guys.
Yeah, he's not. I think he's gotta hang it up.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him staying. But whatever. What's the that fight was just sad to watch because like what do you think is gonna happen? You put a 41-year-old, how old is he? 41, 42?
Yeah,
He's in his 40s. You put a 41-year-old in there against a young, hungry motherfucker like Julian Erosa, a dangerous striker in his prime, basically. What do you think is gonna happen?
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really like that matchmaking, but whatever.
I like the next fight though, the Chase Hooper Jim Miller fight.
Break it down for me. What'd you like?
I love the ground game. I thought it was very competitive on the ground. I
Yeah, especially in
definitely,
that first round.
yeah, I definitely could see how Chase won by unanimous decision. Uh, but Jim Miller, all I'll say is he's still got a lot left in the tank, in my opinion. I
I
don't
think he
think,
makes it to 50 UFC fights.
yeah, I think he does too. I think
That's only 3 fights away.
he should not be dismayed by any means. He still has the power, the speed, the grappling ability to keep going. Chase Hooper, though, I think is doing great. I kind of want to see him get a ranked opponent.
I like his call outs after he won. He called out Tom Nolan and he called out Fares ZM. The commentary booth kind of fixated in on Tom Nolan. I like that Fares ZM
Yeah,
fight.
I like the Perez Ziam fight as well.
They got similar builds. They got different skill sets. They're both very young, both very hungry. Is Fares isn't ranked, right?
I don't think so.
He won a big fight in his last fight, right? He
Yeah,
beat,
I think he knocked out Frivolo.
I think he had one since then. No?
Yeah, I don't remember,
Well,
but
maybe, but I remember the Frivola fight was big for him. I thought he had one more after that. I could be wrong, but he's been looking on fire recently, and
yeah,
so I'd want to see Chase Hooper versus Fares
I
ZM.
would like that too. That's a great matchup. I
Yeah,
mean,
bro. Everybody on this card had like good matchups, like
yeah.
for after this
For the next
this
fight
card
and after, we should definitely, after we go over each fight, we'll do a
matchmaking.
matchmaking because I
Have
want
to.
to talk about this next fight.
Hold on, hold on. Before we move on to the next fight, I just want to say like a couple things. Jim Miller on the ground in round one looked like a fucking monster. And
Yeah.
I agree with you that he still has a lot in the gas tank. I would not mind it if he had a couple more fights. He
Oh,
is
100%.
there. Chase Hooper, rounds 2 and 3. I've never seen an MMA fighter attempt more submissions than that.
Yeah, that was insane,
It
bro.
was armbar after guillotine after triangle after armbar after
He
triangle
proved his
after
grit, man.
guillotine after fucking he went for calf slicers, he went for a banana split, he went for a twister at one point. He just kept fucking going. He went for a weird ass heel hook from the truck. I've never seen that hit in my life.
That was
Not even
insane,
like in
bro.
person or maybe I've seen like a couple of Instagram clips of it, but that shit is rare as fuck. And he went for it. So props to Chase Hooper. He, in my opinion, hunts submissions similarly to Charles Oliveira. That's the only point of comparison that I can make.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely
Yeah.
got to see him get a big fight, maybe Faris Ziam. But
Hmm.
Alan,
Mm.
not this number one contender fight, a woman's strawweight. I mean, I gotta say, Virna Jandiroba is looking like the next one.
She is the next, she's the next title challenger. She has to be.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
like who else can Zhang Weili fight? Zhang already beat Yan Xiaonan. Okay. That's the woman that Virna Jandiroba just beat to become the number one contender. She has that number one ranking right now. Virna is
yeah,
number one. Okay. Who else can Zhang Weili possibly fight? I
I
think
don't think there's anyone.
I think the only answer is Valentina Shevchenko after the Manon Fiorot fight.
Yeah, but they might book Virna and I think they might book Virna and Zhang Weili soon. I mean,
Well, again, you have to look at it from this point of view. Like Zhang Weili has done a lot for the UFC, so I wouldn't be surprised if they gave her deference, if they let her pick her next fight.
true, but then again, remember what Dana said. He doesn't want simultaneous champions anymore. So,
That's a good point.
so I think we're going to be seeing Virna and Zhang Weili,
Yeah.
my
Who's
opinion.
number two in that division?
I think Tatiana Suarez.
That makes a lot of sense. So, worst case scenario, if Zhang Weili does decide to move up, but
Virna and I think
Irina and Tatiana fight for the belt. But Dana said he doesn't want two like a simultaneous champs right away. He said if you like clear out your division, he's fine with it.
yeah, but Virna is
And
kind of the number one contender now. I feel like
I
she should.
guess, but how many title defenses does Zhang Weili already have?
I mean, at the same, I guess you're right, but at the same time,
She beat Lemos, right? She beat Tatiana Suarez. Who else did she beat? She beat
Esparza.
Esparza, right? She lost to Rose Namajunas before that. Um, she beat to win the belt. She beat Andrade. Like I'm sure, I think she has more, but that's at least four title fight wins in that weight class, just off the top of my head.
Yeah, but
I think when you get to that level, Dana's like, all right, you can challenge for a second belt.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see with that though because of his earlier comments, but I wouldn't be opposed to either fight, to be honest.
Me too.
Allen,
Hmm.
but you know what I you know what I want to get to because
What you want to get to?
I was honestly surprised with this, bro, but Dan Ike's win over Sean Woodson.
I was very surprised, but
Yeah.
then again, not really, because we all know that Dan Ige is that motherfucker. He
Yeah,
is.
Dan Ige. Apparently some people were saying that that stoppage was bad. I didn't really see why how that was a bad stoppage.
I don't know. Sean Woodson was clearly rocked. He was getting
Yeah.
beat up. I gotta watch it back. I don't know. I don't know. It looked like a good stoppage to me.
Yeah, it looked like a good one to me as well.
It was just very clear that when Sean Woodson was landing, he was landing like for points, kind of like it was landing, but it was not having the same impact nearly as Danny Ige.
Yeah.
Danny Ige overcame a 7-inch reach advantage and a 7.5-inch height advantage.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, you know how crazy that is to do?
Yeah. So Dan Ige, I mean, I'd like to see him get another guy in the top 15.
He has to, bro.
He
Well,
has
he's
to.
number 15, so he has to fight somebody ranked above him. He's
Yeah.
got to give Dan Ige a chance to climb the rankings after all he's done for the UFC. He fought Diego Lopez on like 4 hours notice,
Yeah.
barely lost. Then he goes out and he fights Sean Woodson, who's not ranked and has a 7-inch reach advantage and is younger than him.
And he defends the ranking. Yeah.
He
Kind of.
defends that ranking. You got to push him up. I
Yeah.
don't give a dude. Did Lerone Murphy and Dan Ige fight?
I'm pretty sure they did.
I think they did, right? Lerone
Yeah.
Murphy.
They did. Yeah.
Is that the draw that Lerone Murphy has?
I don't think so.
No, Lerone Murphy has a draw against a Zubaira.
Uh,
Tukhugov.
but I think Dan Ige, if I were to pick someone for him to fight, it's kind of tough, but I feel like he should definitely get someone in the top 10, in my opinion.
I let's check the rankings right now, right? Let's
Yeah,
Google
we got to do some matchmaking right now, folks.
UFC featherweight
No,
rankings.
I'm pulling it up right now too.
Okay, so
Oh,
featherweight
Arnold Allen,
number 7 in
number 7.
17. I wouldn't mind seeing Danny Ige versus Giga.
But Giga has a fight actually next weekend against David Onama.
I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Uh,
So
Danny
there's a
Ige versus Bryce Mitchell would tickle my pickle also.
that would be a good fight.
I would like that one. I'd
Uh,
like that one a lot.
yeah, no, I think we definitely Ige, in my opinion, should get a top 10 opponent. It's only right, it's only fair for after, as you said, for all he's done. So I would like to see that for sure.
Hmm.
And now we get to our main card, Alan. I mean,
Aljo has a fight lined up.
no, he does not. But Danny and Aljo could also be a good fight.
Ige versus Aljo. That's what you do. Top 10
Yep, that works. Co-main or
is,
main event.
I think that has to be a main event
Yeah.
fight night. Aljo versus Dan Ige. Aljo has that name recognition. If Dan Ige wins, that's big for him. If Aljo wins, that's a solid win.
You know, Alan,
Hmm.
what I want to say now, though?
What?
The Devastator is back!
Dominic Reyes with that crazy knockout, bro. That
Dude,
pull right hand was crazy.
dude, he's on a 3-fight KO streak.
3 fights.
Yes, he KO'd
Kobe. That was his first one.
he KO'd Jacoby in the first round. He KO'd Smith in the second round, and now he's KO'd Nikita Krylov in the first round.
That's crazy. Good for
Uh,
him, man. I'm happy to see it.
yeah, the
Happy to
return
see
of
him
Dom.
back.
I'm also.
Dude, he was on a 4-fight knockout loss streak.
Yeah, he's come back. He looks ready for
I don't
that.
think I've ever seen someone do that, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, no, and Krylov is no joke either. He's been like racking up
He-
wins. Like he submitted Ryan Spahn in the first round, I'm pretty sure, and it.
Bro, Nikita Krylov is like the Paul Craig of the same division,
Yeah,
except he lost to Paul Craig.
yeah,
He got subbed by Paul Craig. Nikita Krylov is no joke though. He's no
yeah,
joke, but he did rush in with his hands down
yeah.
towards
Kind of
Dominic
similar to the McGregor knockout
of Aldo.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a pullback right hand, and for McGregor Aldo, it was a pullback left hand. It's the same shit. You wait for
yeah,
them to run in, take a step back, boom, counter
yeah,
over the top.
dude. I mean, I think Dominic he actually called some people out after the fight.
Who do you call out?
He called out Yuri Prohaska because he wants that one back. He
Fair enough.
called out the winner of Hill Roundtree. He called out, I think, Olberg.
I don't think he gets any of those fights, to be honest
I
with
want
you.
him to fight Jan Blachowicz because that's a fight. That was a title fight, and it's been a while since that fight, Alan.
Okay, Jan Blachowicz just lost to Carlos Ulberg, correct?
Yes.
By decision, and it was very close.
Yeah.
What's Dominic ranked at right now?
He's gonna be 7
7. Oh shit.
or 6.
Wow. Okay, then I guess you do have to give him one of those guys. I'd be see, okay. In my mind, you have to have the title fight play out. You have to have the rematch play out. Poatan versus
100%. That match has to play out.
if Poatan wins, Yuri does not get the title fight.
Oh no, definitely not.
If Ankalaev does, I think there's a very solid chance that Yuri gets that title fight.
Yeah, but Yuri's not gonna stay inactive. He's probably gonna get a fight booked.
Maybe, but it's only one fight.
True,
All you
but
got to do is wait for one. You got to wait for August. That's waiting 3 months, and then you figure out if you start your camp.
yeah, but I
I
think
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think if Yuri does get the title fight, then you give Dominic Reyes the winner of Roundtree versus
yeah,
Hill.
that's a good
And
one.
if Yuri does not get the title fight, then you give Dominic Reyes Yuri.
That's a good one.
Have them go back at it.
That's a good one. I like those. Hopefully, we'll see some of those matchups culminate in the
Yeah.
near future. But Alan, now I know you wanted to talk about this fight all night long.
This is John Silva versus Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, God is good. The world is healing.
God is
Nature's
good.
back. Bryce Mitchell got submitted on the first night of Passover. All is good in the world. Call
He
me
got
biased.
submitted on the first night of Passover. He
Call
got
me biased, but that felt good to watch because
that felt very good to watch. He also got beat at his own game. He's a submission artist. He's a
yeah, he got
wrestler.
ninja choked. And bro, what's it called? John Silva was hunting those ninja chokes the whole time. You
Yeah.
can't fucking address it and defend it.
Yeah.
Kind of is like what?
And
It
he
was
knocked him
weird.
out,
It was
bro.
weird. I thought he was gonna escape. He couldn't.
He did not escape. And he
John Silva
knocked
locked
down
that shit
Bryce
up tight
Mitchell.
right away.
He knocked down Bryce Mitchell also.
Yeah.
And
He was toying
also,
with him.
yeah, he was definitely toying with him. It was
John
kind of
Silva was toying with Bryce Mitchell.
it was
Bryce Mitchell did
hilarious.
not want to touch gloves. John Silva tried. And then for that, Bryce Mitchell got his ass whooped
Yep. And in front of the president.
in front of the president. That he's like, bro, oh, it just felt so good.
Yeah, it definitely felt good. I mean,
Not
Bryce,
not the fact that he supports the president and then he lost in front of him. Just like all the shit that he's been talking, all the shit that he's been saying to everybody.
yeah,
He's fucking.
he's a big mouth.
I'm not gonna hate on him that much. His
I
job
won't
is
hate on
hard.
him either,
He's
but
better at fighting than me. His job is hard. You know what I'm saying? But fuck everything that he said. And I'm very happy to see John Silva get a much deserved win.
yes, and John
That was a
Silva.
star-making performance. That was a breakthrough
But
performance.
now getting to John Silva's performance, Alan, I told you this last night, but I really saw a title challenger
I agree with you.
in
And
that fight.
look, Jean Silva is still not in the rankings, right? Which means that Dan Ige likely got bounced from the rankings. So Dan
Yeah.
Ige is likely unranked.
No, I think he was number 15 though, Iga.
He was, but John Silva is not in the rankings. Bryce Mitchell is number 13, and
Yeah,
John
he's
Silva
probably
just beat Bryce Mitchell.
unless Bryce gets knocked from the rankings, but I don't know.
So there's three options, right? Either Bryce gets knocked from the rankings just because of that performance, or you have Danny Ige, who won a fight, bounced from the rankings, or you have Calvin Kattar, who lost his Yusuf Zalal in his last fight, get bounced from the rankings. I
Yeah.
think that last one is most likely.
Yeah, that last one is definitely most likely also in my
Yeah.
opinion. Regardless, I would love to see Jean Silva get a very good fight lined up for his next bout. I think maybe top 10 would be a pretty good way to address that. I don't know specifically against who he should fight, but I
John
would
Silva versus Arnold Allen, I think, like you were saying
that's
earlier.
oh shit, that's actually a really good
It's
idea.
a fun fight.
That is a very fun fight. I think Jean Silva versus Arnold Allen would be a striking clinic. It would be a fun fight.
Who would put on the clinic?
Oh, Jean Silva.
John Silva, you think would piece
I
up?
really do. Yeah.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie, I think he would.
That's crazy to me, bro.
Dude, I
Let's
mean,
see what happens. I'm interested to see who he fights next.
yeah. But Alan, getting back to the featherweight division again, this next fight blew my mind. Like, Yair Rodriguez beat Patricio Pitbull and arguably dominated that fight.
Yeah, that was a yeah. Yeah, it was not a particularly close fight. Um, Patricio looked very small in there.
Yeah.
He looked very small. I feel like usually he looks a little bit bigger. Usually he does a little bit better, but he looked very small against Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez in the first round landed some crazy ass like switch kick.
Dude.
Dude, that it wasn't even a switch kick. It was like a scissor kick midair, a jumping scissor kick. Bro, what the fuck? To land that on Pitbull is crazy. Crazy. He dominated on the ground too, which I was very surprised. I thought Pitbull would have the advantage there.
Yeah, no, I think definitely a good showing from Yair Rodriguez. He made a case about him still being at the top.
Mhm.
This will actually be my
You
matchmaking.
think Patricio gets ranked after that?
No, I mean, I would also say if Kaya Sakura did not get ranked after he fought for the title.
That's
So
true. That's
I
true.
don't think he's gonna get ranked.
Good point.
You know what I will say though, Alan, and it
What?
will be my matchmaking for actually two people, is I want to see UFC Noche, Yair Rodriguez, and Diego Lopez. That's
I'm with it. Dude, they promoted the fuck out of that
yeah, they
fight.
promoted the shit out of
They
that.
promoted
I
the
think
fuck out
that's
of
the
that
fight
fight.
to
I'm
make. Make
sold.
it
Let
five
those two go to
rounds. Make
war.
it 5 rounds.
Make it
Okay.
5 rounds. Take my motherfucking money.
Yeah, I know. That was like
Make that the
crazy. They
co-main
went.
event for UFC Noche. That's what you do.
I would probably do the main event as maybe a title fight.
Yeah, for Noche you have to, and then co-main event or maybe even like featured like main card fight. Just make it 5 rounds.
Yeah, no, definitely has to be. I mean, that's my opinion for those. I mean, Diego
I
Lopez
agree.
put up a great fight in the main event, and I think he deserves another top five opponent, and that opponent should be Yair Rodriguez.
I'm with it.
So definitely with that, that's
Next
my
up is what? Next up is our co-main event.
yo.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow, bro. I mean, we knew
Wow.
Patty was gonna
Oh,
lose, but
Patty the
oh,
baddie.
Patty. Oh,
Oh, Patty the
Patty.
baddie. I'm sold. I'm on the hype train. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm on the
submit
hype train
Islam.
too,
He's
bro.
gonna
That was
submit Islam, bro. That's crazy.
yeah. He really like damn, man. He made Michael Chandler look
Dude,
easy. Like,
I'm gonna say something not very PG. Kids, close your ears or whatever. At first, Chandler was raping Patty, and then Patty pulls out a strap on and says, "No, you," and then just fucks him up on the ground. That ground and pound was serious.
yeah, that was bad. No, but you know what was crazy? That knee, bro.
That
That
step in knee, bro. Oh my God. It was like a weird jumping knee that buckled Chandler. Patty goes in and he fucking his
yeah.
bro, Chandler's face afterwards was nuts. cut everywhere.
Yeah, bro. I don't know where Chandler goes from here after that. He got carried out quickly, bro.
Yeah, that's a tough loss.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know what happens to him.
but again, that's exactly what we said would happen last week, is it
Yeah, we
not?
did say that would
We
happen.
literally said the fight IQ would be the difference. The
And
fight
Patty
IQ,
has the fight IQ, man. I mean,
exactly. Patty has very underrated fight IQ. Chandler does not, for whatever reason. He's an amazing fighter. He's very athletic. He's very capable. His fight IQ is just not there.
I like the call outs. I really liked his call outs
Me too.
because
Dustin, or that little mushroom, Ilya Taporia,
no, he
or
said
that little
Dustin.
posh
He said
boy,
Dustin,
Arman
the
Tarukian.
posh boy.
That little sausage wants to come up here, that little mushroom. Bro, I fucking love his
Dude, you know what? You know what was hilarious?
his trash talk is just pizza toppings.
Oh, I know,
You ever
dude.
noticed
What was
this?
hilarious when he said, "You all underestimated me, you gang of mushrooms."
Yeah, everybody did. Everybody fucking underestimated Patty. But we were on the show talking about Patty was gonna win. I thought Patty was gonna win maybe by decision, but
Patty
I
proved
don't
us
even
wrong.
remember what I said last week. But
Patty,
like Patty has the fight IQ to win. Patty knows how to win fights.
yeah,
Okay.
he really
Maybe he's not the
does.
best finisher, but fuck, he proved me wrong on that even last.
Patty, I think Patty definitely deserves a top five opponent after that. Like no question at all. Also, did you see that Patty's backstage interaction with Colby Covington?
No, what happened?
They got into it backstage and someone interviewed Patty after and he's like he's a fucking pussy or like something like that. He's a fucking sausage.
It's all pizza toppings, bro. That
Yeah.
boy's
So
hungry.
Patty is
Get
like
him a fresh slice.
get Patty a top five contender.
Get him a top five pizza. How
I
about
mean,
that?
also
Yo,
something
Dave
that
Portnoy was in there. Dave Portnoy and Patty the Batty have to do a pizza,
pizza,
like
yeah.
they have to do one of those rating the
You know what
review.
Rogan was saying though, the
What's
commentary
up?
team that I really agreed with, and it
What?
kind of makes sense after Renato Moicano got the title fight. Patty could definitely be a backup. I can definitely see that happening.
For who? Title fight has not been announced yet.
I'm just saying when Islam is most probably going to fight Arman Sarukian. Uh,
Maybe.
no, that's definitely going to happen because
Maybe.
I think Charles Oliveira is still fighting Ilia Topuria. I think that's still the plan.
Maybe. None of this has been announced officially. And if shit like that gets leaked and they don't like that it's leaked, they could change those fights.
They could change it. True, true. But
What if they just give Patty the title shot?
that'd be crazy, bro. I mean, Stipe got it at number 8, but Stipe is Stipe.
I mean, Stipe fought against John Jones for the title, no?
Yeah.
That's because he
So,
was out for like 4 years.
dude, Steve Urcha got the title shot at number 8 or 9.
He was number
So,
10.
yeah, exactly. So, I think Patty is definitely in there now.
Wasn't
So,
there somebody ranked number 13 who got the title shot recently? Was that Moicano?
no.
What was
Wakanda was like
Moicano?
10. But yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, definitely there's a lot of ways to go for Patty the Batty. I think we definitely will see him fighting a next top contender.
Hmm.
And now, Alan, our main event of the UFC 314 pay-per-view, Alexander the Great, Volkanovski, and Diego Lopez in a barn burner, which won fight of the night. And
Etch my name into history one more time. It's like
Alex,
Volk is who McGregor thought he was.
yeah,
Low key.
Volkanovski, two-time featherweight champion now, recaptured the belt in an exciting fight.
I'd say it's fair to call Volk the GOAT of the heavyweight division
The featherweight division.
in terms of resume.
Yeah,
When you talk about in
but
terms of like who
but
beats
um
who,
but
Taporia is the fucking king.
Alan, I don't know if you saw the statistic, but the most title fights at featherweight, I think Aldo was at 8, Holloway was at 5 or
And
something,
Volk was at
and
6.
then no, Volk was at 7. So
No, he's at 7 now. He was at
yeah,
6 before that
he's
fight.
at 7 now, and I think he's at yeah, I think he surpasses Aldo. So yeah,
I mean, okay, to surpass Aldo, you need 2 wins. Which 2 people
no,
are you?
not 2 wins. You need it's title fights, not wins in title fights. It's most title fights in the division.
Okay, but if you lose one, how are you going to get a second one?
True, but yeah,
You can tie him for sure. Volk is going to tie Aldo.
regardless, yeah.
I thought it was title fight wins. Are you sure that it's? I
No, it's title fight being in featherweight title fights, I'm pretty sure.
no, that can't be. That's not possible. Because Max Holloway defended his belt a whole bunch of times, but then he fought Volk for the title 3 times. And so for Max to have 5 title fights, no, that can't be true. It can't be.
We'll have to look
Look,
it up.
I'll Google it right now.
But
Let's see.
Alan, something I
Yeah.
definitely want to figure out, because we did talk about Diego Lopez. I mean, he put up an amazing fight against Volk. He knocked him down. He got buckled a couple of times, but he hung in there. I mean, we definitely said he should fight Yair Rodriguez, co-main event, 5 rounds. But something I definitely want to delve into is who should Volkanovski face next? Because that's something that's been on my mind. I really don't know who he should face next. Genuinely.
Volk?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I was getting at with the who do you give him for the next 2 fights? I just Googled it. He has 7 title fight wins,
Oh,
not
fuck.
title
That's even
fights.
better.
So he has 8 title fights already at
But who
featherweight.
should he fight? Who is like the next guy that he could fight at the division?
In featherweight,
Yeah. I mean,
Movsar.
but yeah, that's true. Movsar, I think Movsar is next.
I think Movsar is the only guy that you can really give him. To
Yeah,
be
that's
quite
true.
honest with you, who else? You have Max Holloway's up at lightweight now, right?
Yeah.
Volk,
Movsar.
Diego
Yeah, it's
Lopez just lost. You have Movsar.
Movsar's next, most probably. Yeah.
Movsar's next, and then you have Yair Rodriguez.
True, but yeah,
This
I
is what you
mean,
do. This is what you do. Okay? Hear me out. Give the next title fight to Movsar. You have Yair Rodriguez versus Diego Lopez. And you have Lerone Murphy fight somebody like I don't know, maybe Brian Ortega.
well, Ryan Ortega moved up. Remember?
So then who can Lerone Murphy fight to advance in the rankings?
Well, he might be bumped up in the rankings.
He probably should be because the rankings still have Max Holloway in featherweight. They still have Brian
Yeah.
Ortega in featherweight.
People are gonna be bumped up. Yeah. So I think
We got to look at the rankings tomorrow. I think Mondays is when they update it. But
yeah.
um, yeah, I would give Lerone Murphy. I think Lerone Murphy is the next guy after Movsar.
Yeah, no question.
I think you give him the title fight if he beats like one more guy.
He proved himself, so I think yeah. I think that's
Yeah. But
entirely
look, on
correct.
this list, where's Josh Emmett? Oh, Josh Emmett was number 8, and now Lerone Murphy is number 8. Then Arnold Allen is the only guy without a fight. That's a
Well,
bump.
what's gonna happen most probably is that Mofsar will be number 3. Well, actually, Mofsar might be number 2 because he did beat Lopez, but Lopez is more exciting, so they might bump Mofsar above Lopez.
If Mozart is bumped above Lopez, then he is the number 1 contender.
Yeah. So, because yeah, Volk's gonna move up to champion. Yeah. So I think that's gonna happen. I think Lopez will be number 2.
So that means
Yair.
Lerone Murphy is going to be number 5-ish.
Yeah, no. So Yair Rodriguez would be number 3. Arnold Allen would probably be number. No, Yair Rodriguez. Yeah, no. Arnold Allen will probably be number 4, and Lerone will be number 5, I think.
That's what I said. And you said no.
So I
Check
think
yourself before you wreck yourself,
honestly,
sir.
Alan, I think Lee. I know you said Arnold Allen against John Silva, but maybe Lerone Murphy against Allen. And you know why I'm saying
Yeah.
that? Because they're both from England, so
Oh, that's a good point.
you could do a fight night. And then
That's a good
honestly,
point.
if Yair doesn't fight, no, then Jean Silva versus Aljamain Sterling.
John Silva versus Alderman. I don't really like that fight for Jean Silva, to be honest with you.
Well, we'll see. He has to prove himself as a contender. I think it's a good fight.
That's true. That's true. It could raise his profile, so I'm not entirely against it. All right, the performance though. Volk was outgunned in terms of the power, but in
Yeah.
terms of the volume, that shit was beautiful. He kept creating angles. He kept jabbing fucking Diego Lopez's face into the bleachers. Dude, it was a masterclass vintage Volkanovski performance.
Yeah, me too. I
I,
agree.
oh man, I almost cried after watching that. That
Yeah, that
was
was amazing. That was beautiful artwork, like at its finest.
That's like when Volk was before the Islam fights, when Volk was just dominating featherweight,
Yeah,
sending all those contenders packing. That reminded me of his Yair Rodriguez fight. That reminded me of his Korean
he's
Zombie
back.
fight. That reminded me of all of those fights. That was
He's
the same
back.
Volk. And he told everybody, if you're expecting a washed up Volk, you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, no,
It's still be,
definitely
and
they're
he
gonna be.
proved it last night against Diego
You
Lopez.
know what, Alan?
Mm.
So I mean, obviously, we're gonna be getting on to fighter of the night. It's Volk for me.
It's Patty the Batty for me. I'm sorry. When you do that to
Okay, maybe you're
Michael
right. Maybe.
fucking Chandler, who Gaethje couldn't put away,
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, yeah, you're not wrong. It might be Patty the Batty. Patty the
Patty the
Batty.
Batty, keep yours, whoever yours is. For
No,
me,
I mean, I'll. Do you know what I'll switch it to? I think the fight of the night, the fight of the month was that fight, the title fight. The fight of the month was that fight. So,
okay.
but I think you're right in the terms that Patty the Batty was the fighter of the night. I mean, doing that to Michael Chandler is n crazy. Like,
He split open Michael Chandler's whole face.
yeah,
Whole face was leaking,
yeah, that was insane, bro. I mean,
and he was the underdog. You got to remember
yeah,
that. He was a big underdog against Chandler, and he split his face open in round three and finished him.
yeah. No, that was
Dude, that's a
crazy, bro.
bad, that's a bad motherfucker, isn't it? My
Yeah.
British accent sucks.
Everyone
It's a
on that
bad
card
motherfucker.
was
I can't even.
amazing. I mean, it was an amazing pay-per-view night.
Yeah. Bro, the people that were in attendance, you had the entire fucking cabinet. You had Trump, you had
Yeah, bro.
Hillary, you had
The RFK.
RFK Jr., you've had fucking Tulsi Gabbard, Ted Cruz.
You had Shaq.
Huh?
You had Shaq. You had
There's
Aiden
Shaq
Ross.
there.
You had
You had
Zac
Cash Patel.
Efron.
Who?
Zac Efron was there.
No way, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was there. Zac Efron, Kamaru Usman, Justin Gaethje,
Wow.
so many in attendance. I
It
mean,
was a star-studded event.
yeah, it was amazing. I mean, a great night. Definitely looking forward to the next pay-per-view, which will be taking place in Montreal.
Mhm.
It's going to be stacked. They actually added a fight. Benoit Saint Denis will be defending his ranking against Yoel Alvarez. So that will be
No
a
way.
banger
That's
and a
a
half.
oh.
So yeah, I'm very excited for that next pay-per-view. It's going to be good. But Alan, I know you wanted to touch upon this because we had a very interesting Glory card. Would you
Yeah,
like to
this
get into
one
that for
this
the
one kind
fans?
of flew under our radar somehow, but I'm gonna really quickly touch upon this. Glory had a 16 fight like opening night of their heavyweight tournament. 16 fights on that card. All 16 were heavyweights. 9 knockouts. And this is all kickboxing, by the way. 9 knockouts in the heavyweight division. The heaviest guy was like they don't have it like the UFC does where it's a hard stop at 265. Their heavyweight is like I think it's like 80 kilos and up.
Jesus Christ.
And so they had I forget his first name, but Kahab. Kahab is 161 kilos.
Jesus
He
Christ.
won his fight. And then the lightest guy that won was I forget his first name. Fuck. Rajab Zab Raj
Iraj Zazinapur.
no. Rajab Zadeh.
Oh, never mind.
Rajab Zadeh, yeah. He was like 80 kilograms. Like, dude, the biggest guy that won is twice the size of the guy.
Yeah, that's fucking
Okay.
insane, man. I
No.
mean, but that definitely, I
That was
mean,
a crazy, like there were a lot of really crazy finishes on that card. If y'all want to go back and watch that, I do not blame you. Fantastic card. They're gonna be doing smaller and smaller like brackets for these tournaments going forward. So this was 16 fights. Next time they're gonna do 8, then 4, then
that's
2.
great. I love that.
And the guy that wins the right to fight the champion, not to be the champion, but to fight the champion.
Yeah, to fight Rico Verhoeven.
Yeah. But Rico
So,
Verhoeven, it might not. I mean, listen, he's likely going to be the champion, but not certain. Artem
Ardo.
Vakitov, who won a contract on Dana White's Contender Series and was like, "Nah, this ain't enough money. I'll talk to y'all later." He went back to Glory after winning the Dana White's Contender contract. He said no to the contract. He said yes to going back to Glory, and now he's fighting Rico Verhoeven, the heavyweight king. I don't think Rico Verhoeven has lost a fight in over 10 years.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I
He
mean,
is perhaps the greatest heavyweight kickboxer of all time.
yeah, no question in that regard. I think that's gonna be a very interesting fight, and it's gonna be at Glory 100. So that's a main event for Glory 100 day two. There's 2 days of fight cards.
Yeah.
And then Alan, I
Yeah.
definitely want to touch upon this before we close up, but we did talk about it on our last episode. Jaron Boots Ennis.
Jerome Boots Ennis.
Jaron
Bro,
Boots
Jerome
Ennis.
is a fucking wizard. I'm so upset that I missed his fight, but I'm very happy that I saw Volk win instead.
Yeah,
From what I hear, it was a corner stoppage.
yes. He and he put on a clinic against Imana Stanionis.
I'm gonna try to
Uh,
watch that fight back and then get back to you on what I think.
yeah, but folks, we might have to do.
Duran, he's an artist. He puts the art in martial arts. He is just so fluid with his motions. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's
All I
absolutely
can say is it's
beautiful.
beautiful violence.
Beautiful violence, folks. That's what we love to talk about here on the
Sir,
Combat Sports Report.
hell yeah. All right, with that, do we got anything else left to cover?
No, that's it for this week, folks.
All right, that wraps it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. I'm your boy Alan. That's your boy Simkai. We're here to break down any questions or fights that you guys wanna talk about. So, let us know in the comments below who you want us to talk about next. If there's anything on your mind, let us know. We'll hop right into that. And without further ado, we'll see you guys later on this week. Peace.
Peace.